have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the product review video is about to begin. So please make sure you like and subscribe because the review starts now. All right, so by using a little mathematics and a little division and a little bit of logic, I'm guessing you clicked the video here because you're looking for a microphone, right? And, you know, you're looking for the most cheap, not cheap, but the most investful microphone, we'll say, right? Does that sound good? Yeah, one that, you know, you can really get a return on, especially for what you're paying for. And if you're looking for, you know, one with this kind of price point, definitely the Neewer studio microphone was definitely a good pick. I gotta say, right out of the gate. I mean, I'm using it right now. You can hear me. The package deal, the podcast package thing that I picked up, it you know, the microphone that came with it, it was super dynamic. So, and by that I mean, like, you know, I was coming over to the gain over here and I was really cranking that up all the freaking way, and it wasn't really, you know, doing what I needed it to do. Now, that's not the reason why I picked it. You know, I'm the kind of guy where it's like, oh, you deal me a hand of cards, I'm going to learn to play with it. But what I really was into was the whole microphone arm thing, because, you know, I as I told you in one of my other videos, I grew up in radio. My mom was in radio, I was in radio, so as you see, you know, the whole microphone arm is cool because, you know, just like your Bluetooth, your hands free when you got the microphone arm. You know what I'm saying? So that was always effective for me. Now, the other thing too is I'm going to put the link for this particular one in the description down below, and please make sure you click on that if you want to pick it up, because this one is really awesome because the actual XLR cable, the microphone cable, is built into the actual microphone arm. So it's not like hanging all around. I didn't have to put any zip ties on it, because it's funny, you know, and my girlfriend will laugh at this. I'm a pretty messy guy, you know, like I'm a good cook, but when I cook down in the kitchen, I make myself a little bit of mess, so she knows exactly, like, I track everything. But when it comes to my wires and my cables, I hate it. I hate the clutter. So it's kind of ironic in that sense if you ask her. But this is perfect because the cable's already built in. You don't have to do anything with it. So I highly recommend if you're looking for a really good microphone arm. And I just think it looks really professional too. I mean, you know, the way that this screen is, not so much this screen. I know you see a lot of the microphone arm, but you don't see any of the cables hanging down here. Am I right? So that's why this microphone arm is very great. But as far as the microphone itself, for $15, you hear me very well, right? I'm not holding the microphone up to my mouth like I had to in my previous video, my previous review of the actual the podcast studio. But for what this microphone is, it's great. Now, one of the negatives about this microphone is that sometimes it works a little bit too hard. So what I mean by that is when I listen to the gain and where I have the gain levels and stuff like that, it's a little bit too powerful, which causes a good amount of feedback at times. I mean, that's a pretty big negative. But once you get really good to, you know, figuring out where your volume level is, how much of it you're putting into the main mix, and, you know, how to really adjust the gain and stuff like that, you don't really get as much feedback as you normally would. Now, I personally tend to think that I'm a little, I got a little bit of frequencies inside of me. I know that, you know, technically that could be considered accurate, but I don't know. I feel like where I'm at is completely different, because in my previous video, when I reviewed the Roland VT3, afterwards, one of my good buddies came over and he sat down, and I didn't change any of the levels and anything, but it was feeding back like crazy. So that's definitely coming from the microphone itself, where you have to have the sensitivity on the microphone here on the VT3 unit compared to where it is on the on the little mixer that I have here. So that can definitely cause an issue, which I know that some people wouldn't really appreciate. But one thing I did want to show you in regards to that is I'm going to actually take the microphone and plug it right into the mixer and then turn the gain up, and I'm going to walk away, and you're going to see how strong the actual gain is. So let's take a look at it. So this is where I normally sit, right? This is where I normally am, and when I walk back, as you can see me on the cross tour, you can still hear me pretty good. Yeah, obviously you don't hear me as perfect, but now when I walk in and then I turn up the gain a little bit, I hope this really doesn't feed back for me. All right. So now I have the gain, I would say at let's say 3 o'clock. Okay. So now when I walk back, you definitely still can hear me pretty well. So definitely the range of it is definitely pretty fantastic. It goes all around. It's not as good as a boom mic where if I had it, you know, like 20 feet down and you could hear me perfectly if I was whispering. But, you know, for what this microphone is, for the price point, come on, you can't beat that, bro. What are you talking about? So as you can tell, the microphone definitely has a lot of power. Now, what came in the box besides the microphone and, you know, the base here was it also did come with this cable. Simple, you know, XLR end goes right into the microphone, goes out to an 1/8 end that you would be able to plug right into the computer. But when I tried to use this for my Sugar Eater interview, that if you scroll back, you can see this cable didn't work, so we ended up having to go pick up something else that would work. We ended up getting like an XLR to a 1/4-inch cable, but yeah, I was really disappointed. I checked all the different microphones that we had there. We had like 3 or 4 there, and this cable just didn't want to go. So I don't know what it is. I'm gonna try it in like after this video, and I'll update it down below. But I was really disappointed that I couldn't just get it to go right into the board. You know, I had the adapters and everything like that. So besides that, I don't know. I think that this is a great microphone. Will I end up updating in the future? I would say it's 50-50 because I'm really happy with it, and also it matches my guitar that's on the wall, if you can see in this picture here. But I don't know. If I were you, I would get it. If you have a little bit more cash, definitely upgrade because, you know, more cash is king, right? And yeah, besides that, I definitely recommend it. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and you know, I'll catch you outside. How about that? All right. Bye-bye.